Morning! Welcome to Spelling with Jules. It is lesson 31 and we are doing the sound A. So we'll be looking at that. How is everybody today? Good to see you, Ronan. Okay, we'll see if anybody else comes and joins us. You're always there. Hello, Isla. Good to see you. We're looking at the sound A. I think you're quite right. You're good, are you, Ronan? Excellent. How are you, Isla? I'm feeling good today. I had an interesting morning. I was on a webinar around the world. So there was somebody from Thailand and there was somebody from from America, I think. So that was good. That was very interesting. We were talking about how to do online learning. So like this, really. So let me know how you're getting on in your schools as well, if you're not part of my school. So checking in is done. Let's have a quick retrieval. Now, we did look, even though it said A yesterday, I have edited it on YouTube, so it does say R now, because we looked at this sound. And just for retrieval, remember we looked at things like card and far. And then we also looked at how if you put an E on the end of those, suddenly we haven't got the R sound anymore. It's care and fair. So that E, when you split what we call a digraph, the A and E digraph there, then it can change the sound of the A here, because that's often R. It was the R sound, wasn't it? Okay. So that's also something to think about with that R sound, that there were others, weren't there? So we looked at the sound calm, and yet it's spelt differently. So that's something to think about too. So that's an R sound, but it uses the letters A and L instead of A and R. And the final thing to say is the letter R. So we went through our alphabet, didn't we? And our alphabet sounds are often different. So this is the letter R. This is the sound using two letters of R. And then the sound of this letter often is R. So can you see how we're constantly flitting between letter sounds, letter names, and also other letters that make the same sound? That's why spelling's so difficult. So, and that's what we're trying to learn. And some of it's around memory, but often it's around hearing, and then linking what you hear to what you see on the page, wiggly lines on the page. Okay, so the spelling's very complicated. So just become, as I always tell you, your word detective. Okay, quick sign practice. So these are your vowel sounds, aren't they? A, E, I, O, U. So it was A and for R. Okay, and now we're doing A and Y. So again, it's A and then, there, Y. I nearly forgot what Y was then. So use the V there and then the sign there. So that's for A. Okay, yes, Stephen, good morning. You do have to get pen and paper because our next part of our retrieval part of the lesson is our 10 spellings. 5 from the ones we learned yesterday. And remember, we're doing numbers. And then I've shuffled them up with 5 that we've learned over our last 30 lessons. So 1 to 10, and we'll get that going. Hope you're okay, Stephen. So I'm going to write nice and high here, can't I? Number 1, I'll start off with a number, and it's the number 12. Have a little think if you want to. What we can do sometimes is called pinch the sounds. So for 12, t, w, e, u, v. Okay, so 5 sounds. It might be more letters, but have a pinching out those sounds. T, w, e, u, v. 12. And now we're going to mix it up. So the next one, so I'll do number, word, number, word, number, word. So the word, one of our red tricky words, got a little flash of it there, is worse. So I am worse at football than my daughter. Worse. Okay, so again, if you wanted to pinch those sounds out, remember, not letters, sounds. So there's only 3 sounds. There was 5 letters in worse, but 3 sounds. They pinch it out. Okay, number 3 is another number. And we're going to go to 13. Unlucky for some, 13. So you've got t, e, n, 13. Pinch it out if you want to. T, e, n. 5 sounds. Quite a few more letters though. Number 4 is another word. And the word comes from buy, but it's the past tense of buy, so it's bought. So I went to the shop yesterday and bought some apples. Bought. I'll always put a little asterisk here if there's another word that sounds the same but spelt differently. But as far as I'm aware, there's no other word that spells bought. Okay. Number 5 is another number. And we're on to 14. 14. So again, if you wanted to pinch it out, or e, n, 14. And number 6 is another word. And the word is many. There are many people sitting at home learning. Or there are many students sitting at home learning. Many. Again, this one you have to be, there's a trick on this one because it's not the E for E. So it's E. 4 sounds. E. But the E and the E are not the letter E. Okay, so see if you can do that. Many. Hello, Florrie. Good to see you. Number 7 is another number, and it's 15. Remember, this was the first of the numbers that didn't use the number 5. So 14 uses the number 4. Okay. But 12 and 13 don't. And neither do 15. So 15 is number 7. All right. And then number 8 is another word. And it's above. Above. So above me is my pen. Above. Or above there is a bedroom. So pinch it out again. So you've got a, b, a, v. 4 sounds. A, b, a, v. But it's 5 letters. Number 9 is the last of our numbers that we did, which was 16. 16 is a bit easier because 6 is spelt like the number 6 and then teen. So the teen goes with the number 16. All right, and finally, the last word, our red tricky word, is does. Okay, so it's 4 letters, that's your clue, but it's how many sounds? Let's have a look. Da, actually I'll do it like this, don't I? Da, z. Okay, it's only 3 sounds. 4 letters, 3 sounds. Does. Okay. So I'll quickly run through those again. We've got, So 10 was does. 9 was 16. 8 was above. 7 was 15. 6 was many. 5 was 14. 4 was bought. 3 was 13. 2 was worse. And 1 was 12. Okay, so 12. 12. Okay, remember when you're marking, don't just cross out the whole word. So if I'd spelt it wrong, so if I'd done like that, okay, I can tick T, I can tick W, I can tick E, and then I'll have to circle that and have a think about what I did wrong. And then I can tick L and I can tick V, but then I realise there's something missing. Okay, so I need to work on that bit and I need to work on that bit. That's how you mark your spelling. Okay, don't just cross it out because that makes you a spelling detective. And we want spelling detectives. Okay, do you know what I've just worked out? That this is magnetic? It's taken me ages to realise that. Well, it took me 31 lessons to realise that. Okay, number 2 was worse. Okay, so I should have done. Sorry, if you realise, sometimes I do curly W, and that's because I used to write them like that. And I've learnt how to do them there. So s. Okay, but you may have spelt it worse like that maybe. But again, you could tick that, and tick that, and then think, oh, that should be an O, and I needed an E on the end. All right, so worse. We have done all these, if you remember, and we're just revisiting them, what we call our spaced learning. Okay, number 3 is 13. Okay, so you should have got your... We've done that recently, haven't we? And then we've got which we haven't actually done that sound yet, and we will do it. And then E, N. Okay, 13. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters, but only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sounds. And how many syllables? 13. 2 syllables. It's tricky, isn't it? 8 letters, 5 sounds, 2 syllables. I'll do that there for you. That's 1 and that's 2. When you break up into emphasis, 2 syllables. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sounds, 1, 2 syllables, 13 and 8 letters. That's why spelling's so tricky. Okay, right, number 4 was another word, and it came from the word buy. So this is buy, but it's the past tense. Okay, so back in the past. So yesterday I bought some apples. So it's buh, and then it's this tricky O-U-G-H. So buh or t, bought. Okay, and so again, that's 6 letters, 1 syllable, bought, and 1, 2, 3 sounds, b, or, t. Yeah? Okay, number 5 was another number, and it was 14. So if you can remember 4 and you spell teen okay, you should be okay. So 4 is spelt like that. F-O-U-R, or, and then teen, E-N. Okay. And then the next word is many. There are many pupils at home, many. Now, the tricky thing is here, you may have spelt it like that. Oh, can't even see, sorry. You may have spelt it like that. Okay, or you could have spelt it like men and then E. Okay, so if you were ticking that, how you spell it, M-A-N-Y. So if you were marking this, you could go M-N-Y and then realise it's just the E that needs fixing. And, you know, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because we say many, but it's many with an A. And, or if you spelt it like this, you can tick that one, you can tick that one. You'd have to ring that bit and ring that bit to fix it. Okay? So many. Okay, number 7 is another number and it's 15. So whereas this has a 4 in it, doesn't it? But this is hard because isn't 3 and 12 isn't 2, although it has got the first bit, TW. Okay, but 4 is quite easy. But 15, again, it's phonetic though. So if, and then teen, E-N. Okay, so it could be a good one to remember. 10 out of 10. Well done, Ronan. Okay, number 8 was the next word, above. So above, A-B-O-V-E. All right, and the hardest bit there. So you've got A, B, A, V. So the V-E is one sound, and that is not a U, it's an O. Okay, so I should just write it up here as well. Above. Okay, number 9 is 16, and again, like 14, if you can spell 6, you should be okay. Six, and then teen. Okay, excuse my writing, I'm having to stretch. And number 10 was our last word, which was does. Now this one comes from the word do, but there's lots of little mistakes people make with this. Occasionally they put an apostrophe because, you know, like isn't has is, n, and then apostrophe t. And you kind of think, oh, that might need an apostrophe. The other thing people mix up is they put an E and an O the other way around. So they might write like that. That's quite common. Okay, so one of the tricks, if that does happen to you sometimes, just remember that the O is the sound in does. So you've got do and then ES for does. But again, there's another reason, isn't there? Because it's do, and then for do not. Oh, sorry, put the apostrophe in the wrong way. If for do not, we do this, don't we? Don't. So you can see why people might want to put an apostrophe in does, but there's no apostrophe. Okay, but if you mix up your letters, just remember it's do, ES for does. Lots of people do DEOS. So just a little tip for you there if that happens to you. Okay, we're done. So I'll quickly write it up there, although I'm going to rub it out in a minute. Does. So that's our spelling quiz. 11.2 minutes left. Thank you, Ronan. 12 minutes left, Stephen. Stephen got 8 out of 10. Well done. I'd like to know which 2 you struggled with, Stephen. Have a think about them. Have a look at them. Tick the letters that you got right and work out the bits that you need to fix. Okay, so well done, everybody. We are now on to A. Okay, so it comes, a bit like R, has the letter R. This comes from the letter A, doesn't it? So you've got letter A, and the sound for A is A. But this is another sound. Also, we call one of these sounds, we kind of call this the main sound, because there's lots of different ways of spelling the A sound, and this is one of them. Okay, so we'll just look at one. I will bring in a few others, just, you know, a bit like we did with bar and then calm. But for now, let's just look at those A. Isla. About, above, does. Okay, so remember with does, do S. So it comes from the word do. And above, remember the O again is an sound, a bit like does. And about, yes. So that's the OU for about is an ow sound, which we do in set 3 of our spelling. So we should get to that. So, but just have a good old learn and see if you can get them. But well done. Good effort, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to start day. And May. May I present you with this? What day is it? And actually, we've looked at these, haven't we? Because you can do Monday. You can do, we've done all the days, Tuesday. Okay, so that's part of the days of the week, isn't it? So you've got a, May. Okay, you've got play. And tray. A. Can you think of any others? Maybe think of an animal or something. Bay is another one. And the dock of the bay. But a. Yeah, so Isla says obey. And actually, when we get to that, I'll put it up here to remind me. Can you see it up there? Yeah. So that's another A sound there. That's why our language is so tricky. We have to learn all those. But yes, Ronan, you've got bay. Okay, very good. So you can say, may I play today? We could put 2 on the front there, couldn't we? So going back to our root words, spend a bit of time on this. I remembered I forgot to do the handwriting with you yesterday as well, so I want to look at this as well. So we've got our root word down here, which is day. And then actually one of our prefix, so the bit you put at the beginning of the word is there, today. Okay, but if we use play, you can have what we call a suffix, which goes on the end. And so you could have played. So your root word is play, and then your suffix is ed. Oh, hang on a minute. You can't see that. Sorry. I've moved my board. And then you could also have an ing. So you could have play ing. So your root word is play there, and your suffix could be ed or ing. You can even have play okay, like a football player. So is another suffix you can use. Okay, whereas today has day as the root word, and then to as the prefix. So the the bit at the beginning goes at the front, and the suffix goes at the end, and then your root word goes in the roots, the main part. All right, we're going to do a bit more on that soon. Yep, gay is a good one. In May, I played in the playground today. Excellent. Well done, Isla. Lovely work. Okay, now I'm not going to spend too long on this. So do a couple of sentences because I want to show you the writing. But I also want to, like Isla, I want to look at the different ways you can. So this is one spelling of the A sound, but you can also have that is a sound. So like obey and play. Okay, and then there are a few more. Well, there's quite a lot more actually, because you could have table. Okay, and that's the A sound there, isn't it, for table? You can have rain. So that's the A sound for rain, A-I. Okay, so a sentence from I play football with some friends on the football pitch. Excellent, yes. And so that means you're a player, Ronan. So you put the ER on the end. Down the bay in May. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, good. Okay, so a couple more of the A sound here. Okay, we've got our split digraph of game. That's another A sound. Okay, and even an EI, so vein. So there's lots of different ways of doing the A sound, but today we did this one. So we will look at the others. Okay, just worth you knowing. Excellent. Right, we've got 5 more words to learn. And also, I want to quickly show you, if any of you struggle a little bit with what I call placement, I just wanted to show you how to do that. I meant to do it yesterday and I forgot. So you'd need a highlighter and you'd need a ruler. Okay, and then you need lined paper. Okay, like this. So in your exercise book, you could have lined paper. And what you do on your highlighter, can you see there's a point, the wider point here? Okay, and on that wider point, you draw along. So you draw along your line. Okay, and that wider part of the highlighter is exactly the same height as half your line. So can you see I've done it here? So you draw along your lines with your ruler and your the wider part of your highlighter, and it will highlight half of the line. And then you can start writing in that bit. And can you see with the ascender like do and the descender like my with the Y and the D, they come out. But the rest of the words all stay in that highlighted line. So have a go at doing that maybe. Let me know how. It's really good for people like me who struggle with placement. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got a few more here. Faye and Clay. Yeah, good one. And I went down to the bay to go shopping for some ice cream. Lovely. And then Florrie here, you've got tray, which is excellent. And then just remember, so that's your root word. And then you were trying to put ED on the end, yeah, which is a suffix. Or you might even be thinking about tried, which is an I sound. Yeah, but it does come from this word try. Okay, so that's the word detective. Okay, so good for being a detective. Okay, last thing then, we're on to numbers and we've nearly finished up to 20, and then we do 20, 30, 40, 50, okay, because it's always the same. So let's have a look. So number 1 for us to learn is 17. Number 7 from the dance. So you've got it's the same as the single number, and then you add teen on the end. Okay. Number 2, 18. So again, as long as you can spell 8, which is hard in itself, EIGHT, Then, instead of adding another T, you just put E-E-N on the end. So you can either think of that as dropping the T of 8 to keep teen, or dropping the T of teen. Okay, but you don't double it up. Number 3, 9 again. And that's your split digraph, isn't it? So the I becomes an I. So that's the same as the other number, and then add teen. And you don't drop the E like you might do with ing. Okay, yeah, nearly time to go. 2 more. Florrie, you grew radishes yesterday. Nice. Okay, 4. Okay, we've done our single digits. So we're now on to tens. So we've got 20. 20 and 30, which again is like 13, isn't it? But then we do ty. E. 30. Okay, and we're going to do 40, 50 up to 100. Okay, but I'm going to test you on those tomorrow. All right, and plus 5 more shuffled up red tricky words. Until then, oh, and what should we do? We're doing E sound tomorrow. Okay, we're looking at E tomorrow. I will see you then. Bye-bye.